Sometimes things happen for a good reason. Well, almost always. We just don't really understand that. But I think that my last few live streams just weren't going well, so that I would come and stop at this beautiful, cool place for the first time. Now, hopefully, I can share it with my subscribers and my people. That'd be great. Because this is for the people. Boy. Hmm. Cool. I'll just hang out for a little while and hope that people show up. Pretty cool theme. Living waters coming to Earth. Whoever's just joining, having a bit of trouble live streaming this morning, and so I found a really cool spot to just chill and talk to you all for a few minutes. The Great Bear Nebula. That's an interesting one that I'm having trouble finding information on. If anybody has any insight into that prophecy. What an amazing artist. What an awesome commission to get. There's a lot of this in the Tampa Bay area. A lot. In fact, I've done some of my own work, my own mural work in St. Petersburg. Quite a bit, actually. Hmm. Well, don't destroy it. It's a beautiful ship. The Holy Spirit. Oh, wow, I have people streaming in. So I came to a really cool place. I wanted to share with everybody. Lots of signs and symbols here. I just don't know what you mean. I really don't, Joshua. I'm trying to follow you. Oh, I definitely feel the energy all day, every day. There's no doubt about that. In every single cell of my body. Mm. Hi, Lamb. Oh, wonderful. Yes, Aluna, one of my amazing sisters, where I've found so many of you sisters and brothers through. Thank you all for being here. Yep, Aluna Ash has really done so much to bring in the new golden age and the new earth. I really do believe that. Super grateful for Aluna. So many are, I know. She's so beautiful and amazing. I love her. So I don't know why I'm at such a loss for words this morning. Usually not, but today, some interesting energy. It's definitely positive. I definitely feel the change each day more and more as Jupiter comes closer. That is Jupiter. I wish that I could kind of tone it down for you like I do in my other videos. So do go back and look at what I'm getting right now. But this is Sirius and Jupiter. Sirius, the star, is planet X. And it is interacting with the sun, and it has been for several months, if not years. Comet Ison returned in 2012, and that was the sign of Christ's coming. Christ actually came in the form of a comet, and that comet brought a third of the stars with it. And that's what we see. Stars are alien starships. So yes, that is our higher selves, our families, our loved ones, ascended masters, gods. It's all of them. She brought them with her. The dragon brought them with her in her wings, the wings of the Aurora Borealis winged disc from the North Pole. That would be cool. You know what? Yesterday I saw a 5 in one of the ships, a perfect 5. If you go back and look at my video that I did called The Very Holy Rapture, you guys, there's a lot there. If you really look on a big screen or you can pause, take screenshots. I didn't even do as much work on it as I have in the past. And as I explain, my technique is changing every day as far as trying to pull images from these cloaked beings, because like right here you see these are the rainbow serpents. These are good aliens, benevolent, good, yes, and dragons. These are like baby dragons. And I'll be honest, I'm really wondering if these are our higher selves that will be cast to earth to merge with us on the day of the Lord. So we just have to find out. But it's all so beautiful. And I'm wondering, is that how we would get our wings? What are we being prepared for? Because we're definitely being prepared, as we all know. We can feel that, we can see it. And things are really getting better for me and many others, as much as some might not want to hear that. There are entities and individuals out there that do not want humanity to rise. Good morning, Gigi. And that's just too bad, because humanity has risen. Women are rising. Men are rising. Children. Everybody's getting their sovereignty back. The King of Kings that will rule with us, that's what this is. That's what they want you to think the Sun Simulator is. The Queen. Your primordial creator. I don't really understand how it all works, but I am getting keys and we're all pulling it together. And Sirius, the star, is the Holy Spirit. God technology, a self-creating system, Earth realm. And hey, Gigi, look. I so wish I could do landscape, you guys. This makes my quality so icky, and I apologize, but we just go with it here. We just keep going with it. It just won't let me go in landscape. It only lets me do portrait. I don't really know why. So yeah, some of the stuff I talk about is a bit high intensity, but it's okay because all of this is happening in divine time. And there's just the whole etheric world that we all knew existed, that many were in tune with. I necessarily was not one of those. I think that I've always been telepathic or psychic to a degree, very intuitive, clairvoyant. I don't know if I would describe myself as clairvoyant, honestly. I guess it's kind of the same thing. But I don't really get too many visions. When I do get a vision, they stick out. That's one that I wanted to mention again, that I remembered last night. Yeah, totally, Mia, and I'll mention that in a second, what I remember. Yes, Mia, this is for everybody. This is totally for everybody. And that's what I'd love to get across a little better. This is our primordial creator that has unconditional love for everything, because literally, she is the Christ, and we are all Christ. All of her creations are Christ. They're all Christed. So at some point, there's a lot that I'm not sure I should really be speaking on. I don't know if it's my place or what, and I'm getting different messages and I'm really trying to navigate through them. But just this idea that, we are duality, and, that duality is ending. So what does that mean? I know that we're squeezing gray matter from our body. We're literally having a molecular shift take place that is transforming our body. It's an electromagnetic shift to take the magnetic matter, the light, the photonic light that's coming from that blue sun, to awaken our Kundalini and spark these operating systems within us to give us back our sovereign human birthrights. And it's just going to continue to get more and more amazing. It really is. And that's what I'd like to show. And that's what I'm seeing when yesterday was incredible. And if you go back, I did a really, 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 one of my favorite videos that I did called The Prophecies of Shambhala and Maitreya. And those were sent my way by my friend and favorite author, Sheldon Moore. He has some incredible men going over. Kind of a good way to get everything into a nutshell. In fact, Mia, you might send it your son's way. He was on Leak Project a couple of times, and I just found him maybe a year ago, and then again he came on not too long ago, and he has many other interviews that he goes, he just really touches on everything and explains, he incorporates everything. He has a beautiful book called Awaken Zen description. But I really, really recommend going and listening to that, or even sending that to somebody who's curious, but not religious, but knows something's going on, but is just really turned off by, people are afraid of their spirituality. And I understand that because I absolutely tried to disconnect at different points throughout my life. And then it was done for me at a certain point. But this is a reconnection to God. So I did a painting of a mermaid, and I have it hanging on my wall, and it's hanging in a weird place, like on the upper right-hand side of my bedroom wall, but it's in a corner because I have other artwork on the rest of the wall. And anyway, I had a gematria message that said, that is an image of me on the upper right wall. And, some of them are complete crap and just nonsense, or, something that somebody else entered and uploaded, even though they really shouldn't have. Like, you really shouldn't add personal messages to the Gematrix calculator, like to the database. So I don't know, it was just one of the really, really profound messages I got one night. I thought, wow. And that's when I was starting to understand that these are living waters, and that, we came from the waters. And we're going back to the waters. They're being reintroduced to us. That's what we were cut off from with the magnetosphere. That is being removed right now by Jupiter. Say hello to Jupiter. It's coming closer. No, I wish they were, Lamb. That would be amazing. One day, see, we can start dreaming again. Thank you for asking me that question, Lamb. I used to do this type of work in homes and on walls, inside, outside. I was a decorator for years and years, and a painter. And when I fell, I don't know, I'm trying to reword these things, but I just got really sick a couple of years ago, as many are now, and could not find answers. Could not seem to find any answers except for extremely fearful, scary ones that I had never encountered before. So thank God I'm finding out that it's all actually the crystalline DNA transformation. The best place to find more on that is the T. Taylor channel. She's done a lot of the work and pulled it all together. She's done the research. She's contacted universities. She's done so much work on this. That one is a hero. She literally is. Yeah, so sick. And just having the knowledge that this is a crystalline DNA transformation helped heal me. Because literally, like, you don't even want to think, we not unless somebody has questions, and I absolutely will. I have touched on it. T. Taylor and I did an amazing interview or a show together. That's on her channel. I think she has playlists and stuff put together. I'll try to put that in the description as well. But we've done a couple of shows together, one on evolutionary energy arts, where we addressed the fact that this all interacts with our consciousness, and that this perceived enemy that wanted to keep us oppressed definitely used that to play on our psyche and to actually change the course of the process. Now, many of us have taken control back of that process and given it back to God, and trusting our intuition, and our reconnection to God is taking place beautifully, and we're just healing, and there's no more damage or anything. But those thoughts and those words that some put out there, and that's why I get so angry, and you see me coming up and like it almost looks like I'm attacking people, but really I know how damaging these words are to people that are just finding, that are at such a vulnerable place, sick for the first time, rejected by doctors who they trust, rejected by family, just everything falls apart. And it's definitely a part of the awakening. Like, just to experience all that is definitely, yeah. But when there's no answer, the fear gets worse, and then you find some of the scariest stuff. And what they've done is they've taken the truth and they've twisted it in ways that just will break your heart. And that's what it's meant to do. But Satan has been overcome, and so that's not an issue. Is the awakening and the apocalypse, where we get the information. The truth is finally out there. Yay, Iron Bell, I'm back too. So literally, it plays into your consciousness, and you will partially create some of the horrors that are spoken about. But no, this is God technology. This is 24 karat gold in the air. The cloaking you see, that's Aurora Borealis. Got many messages about 24 karat gold in the air, and that is how the alchemical process is taking place. There is a black goo, in a sense, that is the process that is made when gold meets our carbon and we turn it into crystalline. That's all that is. So they made everything very, very scary, and it's just not that. Hey Maria, I was just speaking on the crystalline DNA transformation, so maybe go back and listen to that. I'm still waking up, and I left my coffee in the car, but I just had to stop and show you all some amazing works of art that I stumbled upon. Look at this bear over here. I just love this one. And then I'm going to go over behind me. Manatees. Gotta love manatees. We have so many manatees here, and they're so sweet. So, the Great Bear Nebula. Hello, Susan. So I think I'm almost like wanting to stop using my birth name. I think that is one aspect to the mark of the beast. I don't think that if you use it, that's you sinning and accepting the mark of the beast, but I am finding that I am slowly separating from the system completely. Completely 100% separating. And that reminds me, I did see a 5 in one of the spheres last night. So if you look on my video, the Unvery Holy Rapture, you will see so many amazing things showing up. I mean, they want to be seen at this point. This morning, they're kind of like taking a little rest, I think. And just chilling, passing through. But, you know, yesterday, all day yesterday, they wanted to be seen very, very clearly. Good morning, John. And if I'm missing you in chat, I apologize. It only pops up once in a while. Beautiful. A really great message that I get all the time that goes with what I'm starting to see in the sky, because not only am I seeing ships, I am seeing large beings that look like water monsters, huge, benevolent beings. And so one of the gematria messages I get often is maybe chemtrails are to hide the elephant in the room. And that's very literal. Yeah, I'm down here on Pinellas Trail, Gigi. It's a little section of Pinellas Trail. Go see Mr. MBB333. Okay, I will. I just can't wait to learn more about the rainbow serpent gods. I think that I better get some information out there to you. So I'll do some gematria on it and get that to you as soon as possible. I think it's very important that we start to understand a little bit more as we start to see who our true brothers and sisters are, what the true Christ is that's been kept from us. Well, exciting times ahead. Let's just start dreaming again and write down your manifestations. Be careful what you wish for, because it's most likely coming true. Just, you know, stay aligned and in peace. And when fear comes up, just keep purging through it. Hello, welders. Just keep purging through the fear. We're all doing so well with that. We're getting it out for good. I see so many people transmuting fear so quickly. So great job. Keep it up. Let's come see what's on the other side of these. Do you want to? A dog. I see a lot about dogs and God. I'm wondering too, I see a lot of food dogs up there, so that's definitely a thing. Like the lion dogs. So cool. I see so many cat faces up there in the sky. So many Lyrian faces. Whoa, you guys, look at that. Oh, see, that's the Taurus field of Jupiter right there. We're coming into the realm of Jupiter. So that's actually God's Taurus field. And I have a video on that called Why the Sun Dog. Since nobody wanted to give us answers, I was able to find them, and they were given by a source I trust, the Holy Spirit. So it's been great. Let's check this out. I know, I love the artwork, right? I'm gonna go check it out before I close up. I want to see the other side of those posts, but I see one of the biggest, most beautiful sun dogs that I've ever seen. And this is just proof that Jupiter is growing closer. I have messages about that. I need to start painting again too. I was speaking about that at the beginning. I used to do murals, and then I kind of got really sick with what I thought was Lyme disease, and I had all of this debris coming out of me, and I thought, Did I get into some kind of a lead situation somewhere? Or, I knew that I had metals in my brain. My neurologist was not cool. Now I understand why. He was freaked out. He didn't know what. But I pass his office every day, and I so want to go. It's been 2 years. I want to go in there because he fired me, okay, for no reason. I was in tears with, like, it looked like I had a bullet wound in my breast. Something had emerged and come out of my breast. And I went to the emergency room for it, and the emergency room doctors were like, oh, they wouldn't touch it. It was black. It had literal necrosis. Like within a couple days, it was so crazy, right? I'm in Florida. I'm in St. Petersburg, Florida, if you were asking me, Susan. And just crazy times. And then I started to see where these like fiber things were coming out, and I'm like, what? Okay, what is going on? I had just read about that, and I never in a million years thought that it would apply. I actually believed the people. But I'm like, great, did I manifest this? Like, what the heck is going on? So anyway, long story short, because I will probably get into more story time. Like, oh, at the emergency room, they wouldn't do any testing on it. They just gave me some kind of antibiotic, and I was already into holistic measures at that time, so I knew that wasn't going to help. And anyway, they said, oh, you might want to go get that checked out. That's how breast cancer started. And I thought, what do you think I'm here doing? So it was just a whole experience. That's when I started to realize something is really weird. Game over for somebody. Game over for the evil people is what it was. And that was in 2016. And it was just wild. Paradigm shifting. To have doctors just look at you in bewilderment. Like, you literally can see the fear and bewilderment in their eyes. And I kind of understand why now. It's not Morgellons. It is... Oh, God. Like, I just wonder sometimes if anybody watches my channel. The whole point is... Well, I guess, Rebel, you just started watching T. Taylor, right? Because I know you're busy. You don't have time to really sit down and do your own soul searching. But actually, Morgellons is the crystalline DNA transformation. And that was kind of what I was talking about at first. So go back and listen, because honestly, that's what they want people to think. And just putting that out there, like the channels that really were putting that out there at first, if you notice, you don't see channels talking about that. And I'll tell you why. Because they know that that is very serious and that this works with your consciousness. No, don't be sorry. No. I'm not yelling at you. See, you always think I'm yelling at you. I sound like a bitch. I'm not. I swear. Hey, listen. No, hear me out, because this is like my whole plight. That's all. It's just like my whole thing. When doctors tell people, no, not doctors. Okay. Let me try to explain it. Yeah, it's a cover-up. Thank you, Bonnie. It's a cover-up, but a very dangerous one. And like, those things interact with people's consciousness. I know, because I was one, and it scared the shit out of me so badly. Oh my God. Like, I don't know. I guess I wasn't prepared to even do any of this morning, so thank you. So I would stay up all night reading these research papers, trying to figure out, what are these fibers? They spin, okay? And there was a lot going on with the spiraling at that time. Remember, the animals started spiraling, like all kinds of crazy stuff started happening with the spiral, right? These things move, okay? What they are, they're angel feathers, John. Like, nobody's gonna tell you that. But they're not the way that we thought. God has technology. It's like a 24 karat gold. I knew when they were red and blue that they were from the Kachinas, the red and blue Kachina. I kind of had that insight a while back. So we're still uncovering so much, but it's the alchemical process that turns your body from carbon into silicone crystalline. So it's super weird and sounds just frou-frou, but it's 100% what's happening. And the more people that I feel that we can reach with that information, the more people will survive and not die this horrible death that they say Morgellons is, because honestly, those people are suffering that believe that. Suffering so bad. And you don't have to suffer. You do not have to suffer. This is a gift from God, and people go crazy when I suggest that. But I am on the other side of it, and I know. But I wouldn't have gotten to the other side had I not found information that T. Taylor had pulled together. She came in to do this, and she found the doctor that, I don't know if this woman is jailed. She's kind of disappeared. Brenda Fox, they totally trashed this woman's name, but she was a doctor and she found this and she was doing research on it. So T. Taylor pulled all of the research together from not just her, but all over the place, and found so much proof. And we are proof. We are proof that this is literally a transformation back into our original human bodies. And it has a lot to do with going from Saturn magnetic to Jupiter electric. So it's sparking that electric kundalini and giving us our reconnection to God, and that's what it is. So, I think that some of us that busted out with this a couple years ago transmuted a lot of the suffering for people. T. Taylor was talking about that on Unbiased and on the Fence. John, you might really actually like that, because she goes into how it was originally. She has information that originally was not something that was going to be helpful for us. It was not meant to be. It was sadistic, sick shit at some point. I don't know. I don't really feel that way, to be honest. So we still have to listen to our heart. But I don't feel that way. I really don't. But I know that there's some fuck shit out there. As far as vaccines go, yes. All of that, yes. But as far as like the actual transformation, you know what? Let me take that back. I see exactly what she means, and I do vibe with that. I just think that there's so much good that was intended from the beginning with this transformation. And we had no idea. It's completely been kept from us, and we've been made to fear it. I think that they tried to stop it with like vaccines for sure, and metals and all of that. I definitely think they tried to stop it, but I know that I'm immune to that stuff that everyone's me about. It's not. That stuff doesn't affect you in 5D. And I heard Lisa Transcendence Brown say that. Yeah, I'm living proof, Bonnie, 100. But I saw Lisa Transcendence Brown talk about that, and I listened, and now, I have the experience, and I want to share that strength and hope, because it's just proof. There's no way around it. Well, I'm glad I did this, you guys. John, you and I, do you still have my number? Text me so that I can more clearly tell you what I was trying to say. Because honestly, I just so want to get this out there. But yeah, what I wanted to say too before is, if you notice, you don't hear channels putting the Morgellons narrative out there anymore. They used to for shock value, and then they won't even do that, because they literally know that that's not what it is, and that the people that are actually going through that are, they deserve respect, and they've been through a lot. I personally believe that we took implants, and this is also information I got from Tony, and she had like a guide come through, which doesn't always happen for her. And we don't really talk all the time, but we definitely talk, you know, as often as we need to. So this was a few months back, and several months back, and like I knew that I was dealing with some kind of implants leaving or something, and Aluna Ash talked a lot about that. Well, she started to, and then, you know, didn't want to get into it because I understand, you know, you totally get blocked and shut down, and you still want to get information out. So yeah, it's really weird how they mess with you on that stuff. And but she's a smart girl. She got that stuff out for us. Thank you. But and Tony too, like we're fighting an uphill battle, and we're not gonna stop. We just keep doing it, you know. And we know people are starting to vibe really high. I'm starting to vibe higher more and more every day. Thank God I had people like Tony and Aluna to guide me. But I felt like implants were leaving, and I just wanted answers so badly, you know. I still do. We still all have questions, and I still want answers. But one of our guys came through and suggested that we had taken an implant. We chose to have an implant so that we could come in and come down here and do what we're doing right now and be sleeper cells, literally, and be activated and have that fall away so that we could remember. And it's all divine, and that's 100% what I feel. And to know that it was a choice really, really, really was a relief. To know that I chose to do it a certain way, and now I see it in gematria all the time. Don't you remember we made the human eye? Don't you remember I'm with the chip in it so that you could do this or that? Like Tesla type stuff. Like it is Tesla talking in some of these lines. Like this is no joke. One I saw that I shared with you yesterday is that once Hades is done, which it's on its way, Saturn matrix, once that's completely destroyed, Tesla will come back to Earth. Dr. Nikola Tesla will come back to Earth. So I can't wait. That's going to be really freaking cool. Yeah, Susan, we made our plans before we came here. I love that. And just see, that's what I mean. Some of this knowledge really healed me. Do you see how, yeah, 369. Do you see how just knowing that? See what I'm seeing? I see tons of spears over there. I wonder if you can. They're so pretty. It's a little blurry from my end, though. It looks blurry. So yeah, it's all about a perception shift. And the more truth that I found through my search, the more peace that I got, and the more I healed. And it was almost like these landmarks that I would reach. Once I would come to certain big, huge understandings, I would literally wake up 20 times healed or whatever, you know, like it just so notably healed. Obviously, I'm still healing, but I am on the other side. I can tell you that it ends, that all of it, the craziness, all of it ends. All of the millions of weird symptoms that happen all at once that you're not supposed to have any of ever, okay? It all stops. It all balances back out, and I can't wait to see, you know, I can't wait to see what gifts we have given back. We're just slowly finding out. I know that we can write things down and write them into existence. We know how, you know, important our words are. Yes, soul family, I love it. Yeah, and it's that family, you know. I mean, a lot of us have felt lonely, and I've thought, is that because we are the consciousness of God? Gotta wonder about the robot Sophia. Gotta wonder about Sirius. Well, I really think it's all connected. I think that we have this stuff in our DNA. Yeah, isn't this beautiful? I'm really glad I came here. I feel like it's inspiring me a lot. Um, did I finish my thoughts? Are there any thoughts that anybody's hanging and waiting me to finish? There's one thing I wanted to say about a vision that I had, and I remembered, oh, Tree Hugger has some amazing art. Oh, cool. Check out Tree Hugger's art. I'll go check it out later. I love Tree Hugger Dave. He's great. So supportive, so positive. And so I had this like a vision slash dream type thing when I never really have visions. I cannot wait to start visualizing more, and I do feel like that's coming back online a little bit more and more um, as these implants leave, etheric and physical. Thank you very much, but they leave. They're not damaging me more. They're leaving. I'm healing from them. So there's nothing to fear. I promise, I promise. If you're ever scared, just remember that I'm coming out on the other side of this totally golden. And I'll show you. I'll prove it to you soon. So I had this vision that while I was meditating, so I don't know if I was asleep or whatever, you know, I had reached it. I was there. And it was that we were like running around and we were happy. We weren't frantic. We were running around and fighting evil, essentially. And we had one hand, you could put one hand up and you'd get energy from the blue planet. We were exchanging energy with the blue, well, I thought it was a planet at the time, objects. And KB, I bet you remember when I talked about this way back. I think it was over the summer. And it would give us what we needed to fight the evil. And I absolutely believe that that's happening right now. So I think that's the as above, so below, as I showed you with that ship, and we were talking about the emblems on the ship, Bonnie. I love that because I've seen that emblem on that mothership on instruments, on my videos, on other people's videos, and I just could not wait to see more. And so that blue ship, I saw her yesterday. They came down really close, really close. Had me really thinking about rapture type stuff. But we have a job to do here. We're not necessarily going anywhere. We've already been raptured into the fifth dimension, a lot of us, and more are coming through every day. The real rapture is out of Saturn matrix. And we are being given the words that we need. Maybe not me this morning as much as I would like, because I'm still waking up today for some reason. But a little tongue twisted today. Yeah, but there's going to be a day of the Lord. And I think that that will be the beginning, actually. I think that will be the beginning. That's when we really get our sovereignty back. That's when our gifts come back online. That's when we see these cities that are being anchored in, these golden cities of light that are literally being anchored in right now. And I've shown you that when I did my series on the holy fires. I was able to very clearly show you where these cities of light are being laid down right on the ley lines. No, Isabel, I don't. Not from that. They're not. Who's creating it? Because I'll tell you who's creating this stuff if you want me to. This would be the entities of Jesus Christ that are creating spheres of Jesus Christ. And I showed that yesterday. In fact, go to my live from yesterday and you will see on Gina Maria Colvin Hill's video, or, you know, actually just go right to Gina Maria Colvin Hill's channel and Facebook page. You'll see all you need to see. You won't have too many more questions about who's doing what. But yeah, we see the holy spheres inside the tornadoes. We see the holy spheres everywhere. And I showed you that. No, not in my world. Maybe you're stuck in Saturn, sweetheart. Yeah, it's pretty amazing. But I want you to know that no children are burning in that fire. So that's another thing. You don't see news covering that a whole lot, do you? There's a couple of brave ones out there blaspheming God still every day. And either they're very, 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 very confused and lost, or they adore Satan. There's no other way around it, because you will see that not a lot of people are still pushing that, oh, this was a ritual done by the government type shit. Nope. Or by the Illuminati. Nope. Nope. You're not going to see that a lot. I know, I love Gina so much. She is so amazing. But she's showing how these holy spheres and ships are definitely in control of our skies at this point. So I don't, the government thing is obsolete. And unless, you know, I don't know what's going on in Saturn Matrix. I honestly don't. So there could be a lot of that going on. And I really need to go back and find this article where somebody was saying he spoke about activating the AI within himself in order to be able to do those great works of art. Oh, look at her backside. How cute. Damn. Yeah, my friend lives in the Netherlands and he sends me a lot of beautiful pictures of clear skies. And we have a lot in common. So I don't know if it's part of the awakening process and they eventually leave, but I mean, I think that we're all seeing the same thing also at a very collective level. So I'm also showing Ingrid how those chemtrails are not what you think. They're not done by the government at all anymore. So I wouldn't worry about them. And I also went over that they're made of 24 karat gold. This is the Holy Spirit. This is the Aurora Borealis. So look into that instead of like trying to figure out what's in chemtrails anymore. Try to figure out what's in the Aurora Borealis. And I bet you'll find it's gold. Well, what do you guys think? I think I'm going to keep it somewhat short. Thank you for spending your morning with me. It's been absolutely beautiful. I look forward to gathering with you more and more. Yeah, seriously, Miss Q, did you see that bird with the light being on its belly? So I don't know if that was the actual bird or if it was like an angel that jumped into the bird. Oh, look. Oh, because I'm telling you, there is a huge light being on the bird in my video yesterday, very clearly, and I was able to show it so clearly. So these guys are actually, like, some of them are actually aliens and angels, I think. I've heard that, I've read it, I've heard other people speak about that, but I actually saw a light being emanating from the belly, I think, of a hawk yesterday. Do check that out, you'll love it. Oh, I love you too. I really do. You saw it. Yes, you are one of my more lovely supporters, and I appreciate you, Miss Q. Um, hmm. Well, I love them too, and I'm getting messages that, I welcome working with the governments. I mean, how cool would that be? Like, to change the world. I wish that I could do that. I wish that I could, but that would require them trusting that a woman has valid information. And I know that, plenty of women work for the government, so it's not necessarily that, but it's a paradigm shift. So I don't know. That would be a huge sign of change, would be for the government to reach out and work with somebody who they know is speaking, communicating with God, because we know that's what this time is about, is that humanity's reconnecting to God. What was I listening to this morning? It was beautiful. The Raven Wolf channel. Please, after this, go see the Raven Wolf channel, the Edgar Casey vision of the new golden age. I don't remember what it was titled, but yeah, it's everything. It's everything right now. And I'm getting messages that I might be able to help the people that were in charge that don't know what to do, or the people that have gotten in over their heads trying to hide God. I would be honored, truly honored, and humbled. All right, guys. Oh, happy birthday, Ingrid. Hey, Rebel. All right. Let's see what you guys are saying. Excuse me while I vape a cigarette real quick. Or not a cigarette, my goodness. I think that was one of the things that really helped me to start feeling better. No, not that vaping is great. I'm not going to say that. I already know what the information is out there, but I also know how study tests are done. And so I also know how study tests affect the psyche, and scientists say, quote unquote. Do you remember that in the 80s and 90s? That was a big one. That's how some of this agenda had been set up. Scientists say. So, when I quit smoking cigarettes completely, because it's carbon, and it truly is not good. The carbon in the environment, the carbon everywhere, it definitely slows the process down. Doesn't stop it, but it slows it down. I feel great too. Yeah, I definitely think soul families are coming together. I see a lot of you, and I have been for months, and it's very comforting. And I have seen where, we're not all in like constant contact or texting each other. And even if we do get in touch with each other via text, email, it's almost like it slips away again. And I've had messages that that's actually our higher selves, the higher beings, allowing us to continue growing on our paths before we meet up for these gatherings that we're beginning to have now. Hi from Florida. Hi, Scotland. Ah, Zulu painter. So maybe he has a website. Yep, this is Pinellas Trail, and it spans, I know at one time it was a good 50 miles. It goes along some of the beaches and through some of the towns. It's really cool. Lots of biker traffic on that every day, and jogger traffic. Yeah, if you had any idea, this I try to put it together with Q, you guys. Q is everything. It really is. Just wait. It's everything you think it is and more. It is. It's exciting. I'm not into politics. Lord knows. It's not about politics. Q, the transformation of a man into an angel of light. And you see, John, that's where I was like, no, it's not Morgellons. It's a transformation of a man into an angel of light. Oh, good, KB. I've been wondering, I've been hoping, well, I knew that you were doing great. You let me know not too long after that, and that you had also found some other healing supplements. CBD is another amazing one, and one that I found for my stomach, which I don't have too many stomach problems. I do take kratom for an opioid. It's a natural leaf opioid that the FDA definitely did not want to take hold because people are getting off of the opiates, the mind control opiates. So luckily I wasn't addicted to opiates, but I was an alcoholic for some years, and I do enjoy my cannabis, CBD, and kratom and kava. That's what I found was these kava bars replaced my social life at bars since I had been sober for a couple of years. And but now I spend a lot of time with you guys and with God. So yeah, it's about 4:20. Nice, divine sight. How do you do that? Do you have like I have a friend that makes it for me. Man, DMT, I've had a couple experiences, and that was years ago. Very, very, very profound, I will say. Very profound. He looks like he took a hit of DMT. Or she. She. Beautiful. Beautiful morning. I love you all. I'll see you soon, okay? Definitely check out my last few videos. I'm enamored. They're showing themselves to us, and I knew, now I'm realizing some of this stuff is telepathy when I'm like, I knew. I knew that they were going to kind of sit back today and chill. So this is divine time. Divine time. We're pulling this in as we can handle it. That's what it meant. God will never give us more than we can handle. It's because we're turning into angels of light. We're baby sons. And apparently we asked for some of this hardcore training, okay? So remember, some of it's our higher selves. Don't give them any more credit.